Hello, everyone. This is Mysterio, and welcome to I believe, 37th episode of the Unnamed Podcast. Just let me double check. It's 37th, right? Yes, it is. It's the 37th episode of the Unnamed Podcast, and today we have a wonderful guest, and our guest is.
Hello, I'm QG from Hoshizora Entertainment.
Alright, welcome. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine today, thank you. How
Yes,
about you?
I'm doing alright. Thanks for asking. And I'm not sure if my mic just peaked there. Once again, if you guys remember, I don't have exactly the best setup. Let me just turn down my mic a bit, just a bit. But yeah, first of all, quick question though. What
Okay,
is your favorite Malaysian food?
my favorite Malaysian food.
Yes.
I think it's gotta be the satay.
Oh, satay.
Yes,
What type of satay, if I may ask? Chicken, beef,
beef.
beef.
Beef or lamb, yes.
Good
I
man.
mean, if pork's available, then pork definitely.
Pork, of course. Uh, well, if there's one thing I'll say
But,
straightforward, Chinese, by the way. So I live the
okay.
haram route.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yes.
actually, there are pork satays in Malaysia, especially in
Mm.
Ipoh. There's a very famous stall here in Ipoh, at which
Oh.
I am currently at. I'm in Ipoh right now, currently,
Mm.
and there's a very famous satay stall run by. It's in the Chinese kopitiam,
Mm.
so they do serve pork satay there.
Oh, that's interesting. Also, let's greet the audience. First of all, our third guest, Murasaki. What's up? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good luck, have fun.
Hello.
Thank you, Murasaki. And just wait. I'm just trying to find out how to pronounce your name. I don't read Japanese, so just wait. Uh, Menshikatsu.
Oh, you mean the second guest, Menshikatsu? Actually, that's my account.
Oh, that's your.
Yeah, I just have the chat up so I could
I
read as well.
I lurks. Welcome, Menshikatsu, aka the person on the podcast, and of course,
Yeah.
Meowcat Max. Quite a surprise. I mean, well, we're grateful enough to have another episode, so here we are. But yeah, talking about satay, this reminds me of the time where I actually ordered some. Well, they call it lo mein in America, but I was at a matsuri recently while I was on
Okay.
hiatus, and they asked if I wanted some chicken, and to my surprise, they gave actually some chicken satay alongside the lo mein.
Oh, okay.
So this was a pleasant surprise. I never expected I'll be having satay this soon. I've been missing Malaysian food, not gonna lie.
I mean, satay, if you were to say it's Malaysian, it's not really Malaysian. Skewered meat
Hmm.
exists all around the world, but what makes it Malaysian, in my opinion, is the addition of the peanut sauce.
That's true. And you can't forget like the cucumbers. Uh, I don't know what they're called, but like the rice cakes, and then like the onions.
Ah, yes. Yeah. I hate the onions though.
Really?
I dislike raw onions. I find them very overpowering.
Hmm.
So the only way
Hmm.
that I would eat onions willingly is if they were sauteed.
That is true. It makes it sweeter, definitely. Now, back on task, back on topic. So you're representing Hoshizora Entertainment. Do you mind giving a bit of background of Hoshizora Entertainment?
Okay, yes. So this company uh, we registered it about 2 months back.
Mhm.
And what gave my boss the idea to open up a VTuber agency, so to speak, even though competition is everywhere,
Mm.
is that he's a major simp for 2D girls.
I see.
Yes. So his story of how he got into VTubers was that he was first introduced to the concept of VTubers during the I era, Kizuna I.
Mhm.
And during that time, I was a novel idea.
Mm.
Like, I don't think it has been attempted before,
Mm.
having a 3D avatar and have a full body tracking as well. Let's not talk about VR chat because
Mhm.
that's a different matter. Because Kizuna I, the animations were very refined.
Mhm.
And according to him, my boss, I think from now on I'll call him as Rex, his name.
Mhm.
And during Kizuna's time, he actually wasn't that into VTubers.
Mhm.
The only ones that he watched were only I and Mirai Akari.
Mhm.
And what introduced Hololive and Niji Sanji to him
Mm.
was their Azulane collab.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he was playing Azulane, and when the collab happened, he was like, "Yo, who is this? I want to sim for her."
Wait, just
And
double
here
checking.
comes the big two. Yeah, huh.
Was it the Kizuna I one or the whole life? Just to remember correctly.
Azulane was having a collab with Hololive.
I still remember that. I still remember that collab.
Yes, yes. So that's how um my how Rex started developing his simping fever.
Hmm.
Yeah. So he find Hololive very entertaining as Yagu would say that he aims to grow Hololive into a virtual AKB48 sort of group.
Mm.
And he found that very entertaining. And so, what made him want to create a similar agency in Malaysia? Not
Mm.
necessarily an idol group. Oh, we would get into that later.
Okay.
But what made what gave him the idea to start this agency was that okay, the major reason I would say was to sim for 2D girls, more 2D girls. But there was also an idea of helping
Mhm.
the indie VTubers that have put in hard work, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, by luck or by their fate, they were not discovered by the general population.
Mm.
And so Hoshizora was founded on the belief that we should be pro talent rather than pro profit. Profit is nice as
Mm.
it keeps the company going.
Mhm.
If there's no revenues, then the company won't be able to stay afloat.
Mhm.
But revenue and profit are two different things. So profit is what the extra money that's generated.
Mhm.
And what we believe is that profit isn't that important
Mhm.
as long as we can put the revenue that our talent generated to good use to give it back to them in forms of support like managerial support
Mm.
or help source items for them like their gears, mics, mixers, computer parts and all that.
Mhm.
So I would say that's also what makes Hoshizora different from other agencies in Malaysia.
Mhm. Definitely. Uh, First of all, huge respect though that you guys are actually prioritizing talent over wealth or gain per se. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much. We definitely need more agencies like that, and honestly, huge respect to that. Also, welcome, Asu. Happy Eye to everyone. Yes, happy Eye to everyone. And elite. Wait, it's yeah, elite Foron. Oof oof duties. Well, it's interesting though. At least they're making a company, so respect to that. And CK, of course. Ooh. Welcome everyone.
Yeah. So I believe everyone will have their worry that our boss would do something stupid since it's a major sim. But one thing for sure is that it's a sim for 2D girls, not 3D.
I see. In that case, if by chance he does something, let me just try to find this thing because you said that your boss plays Azur Lane. I happen to have a good friend that also
He
plays Azur
used to
Lane.
play. I'm not sure if he's still playing it.
Ah, just wait. Do you by chance play it as well or no?
A sorry, I didn't catch what you
Oh,
said.
do you by chance also play it as well or no?
Your mic's still cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you by chance also play it by as well or no?
Azulane? No.
Ah, but yes, what I was trying to find for anyone else who plays Azur Lane was like the USS San Diego saying Baka image.
I see.
But yeah.
But the only similar games that I
Hmm.
did play was a bit of Honkai and Genshin.
Oh.
So I played Genshin the first 2 day it launched, and then
Mhm.
stopped completely after that.
I definitely can't play Genshin. I mean, I'll be too distracted with my work and like that and studies at the time. But yeah,
I
definitely,
see.
definitely those two are interesting. Who was your favorite character in Genshin and Honkai, if I may ask?
Um, because I didn't play them that much. Even
Hmm.
Honkai, I think I played it even lesser than Genshin. I
Mm-mm-mm.
think it was only a day for Honkai, and Genshin was 2 days. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't necessarily say what's my favorite girl from the game, but from their um, promotional posters,
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely say my favorite would be either um, A or Ayaka.
Good choice. Definitely a good choice. So, more about Hoshizora Entertainment. Where did the name come from? Like, why did you guys decide to name it Hoshizora Entertainment?
Okay, so Hoshizora. The kanji for Hoshizora is star and sky.
Oh.
Yes, Hoshi meaning star, and Zora, or sometimes pronounced as Sora,
Mm.
means sky. And so, what why my boss or why Rex settled on this name is that he believes that with a community big enough,
Mm-hmm.
they would be able to support each other and grow by their own without much
Mm-hmm.
help later on. So his mm, I don't know what's the correct word to say, but his idea was that a single star could light up a sky.
I actually really like that statement. I really like it.
Yes. So if you look at our logo,
Hmm.
actually, that's constellation in the form of H and Z with four stars at the corner. So there is no single star, even though Hoshi is only a single star.
Yeah, I actually really like the logo design. It's like now that I look at it closely, yeah, it's the H and the Z, but then it forms like a single star.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. That's glad to hear. Um, Now more about your position. It says that you're the IT person for.
Yes, I'm the IT wizard. Um, whatever problems your computer has, uh, just throw your computer to me and I'll spit it back out at working condition.
Okay, whoever's in the audience, you hear, if you guys ever have computer issues, just contact Hoshizora Entertainment. Ask.
But please do read my bio because um, I already stated that I absolutely despise programming.
Yes. And that's why today we're having a programming stream. Just kidding,
Oh
no.
no. Yeah, so about my position in this company,
Mm,
what um, I would be doing is I would be providing hardware and software support,
mm, mm,
as well as I'll be doing administration
mm,
and sometimes HR.
mm,
How to download RAM? Um, there is some apps on the Play Store if you're on Android that you can download to increase your RAM, but you might lose your data and possibly your bank account and passwords along with it.
I see.
So it was just responding to chat.
No, I did see. But yeah, that is interesting though. Like your background you said that your background
Yes.
was in programming, but then you're still really well versed in hardware and software and etc. etc.
Okay, here's the thing. Um, I before I got into diploma in IT,
Mm-hmm.
I was studying a degree in environmental engineering, and I
Mm-hmm.
found out that it wasn't for me. But during my foundation course,
Mm-hmm.
um, the programming subject was breeze for me. And even before I studied foundation, I did a bit of coding myself, not necessarily programming, like JavaScript.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I've decided that I want to try a career in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a diploma in IT, did some freelance work,
Mm-hmm.
got abused the shit out of during my internship. Like my
I
boss
like
would
why you
call
did
me at
that.
3 a.m.
Did you just call it an internship?
It was an internship, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said internship.
Oh, oh, well, that's another term for it, I suppose. Yeah. So now that I have graduated diploma in IT, actually, I'm not sure what the similar qualifications would be in America.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say a professional diploma or something like that, or
Oh, okay.
it's slightly below a bachelor's degree,
Mm-hmm.
but I am studying for bachelor's right now.
Oh,
But it was forced. I am forced by my mother to take it.
I I
She is like, you better get that paper.
uh, no worries. I can definitely understand your situation. Definitely. But yeah, hopefully this ends quick though. Hopefully this ends quick and you find like a job that's like completely away from IT, or like
I
somewhere
mean,
in.
I have made the switch from software engineering into cybersecurity.
Oh.
So I'm actually also acting as the blue team for Hoshizora.
Mm.
So we have actually banned quite a lot of IP or blacklisted that tried to hack into our website.
Huh. Wait, is that common though? Like,
It
because.
is very common. It is a very common occurrence. Like people have nothing better to do. They have bots scraping the web for web server IPs, and then they try to run some pre-scripted programs to try to hack into it. If somehow you have a vulnerability in your web server.
Hmm. Also, welcome Hoshizora Entertainment. I see you're also lurking here. I believe this is the first time a company probably has been in my chat. But yes, welcome. Congrats, you're the first. But yeah, that's interesting. Now, if I may ask, where do you actually come in? Like, when did you decide that you would actually work at Hoshizora? Because, as mentioned before, there are a lot of Malaysian agencies, and I do know that your boss is your friend. But when did you
Yeah,
decide this would be
basically
a good idea?
my
Because I still remember in
um
conversation you did say you're not really into the ACG culture per se.
well, I got into it because I was super bored with my degree,
Mm-hmm.
and Rex just came up to me and was like, "Can I get your help um, running this company?" And so I did. My first task, if I remember correctly, was to write up a contract for him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I deal with admin too.
With admin and wait, did you say something else or?
No, no. So
Oh,
like I'm part IT, part HR, part admin.
dang. This guy over here is impressive. But yeah, that's really huge respect to that. If I may ask though, now we're hopping back into like what the company is about and such. You guys mentioned that you guys want to showcase talents that didn't really get a chance to work in a company, correct? Basically, in these who didn't get a chance,
Not
or no?
necessarily say didn't have a chance to join a company. It's
Mm-hmm.
more like undiscovered talents. So
Mm-hmm.
like those that still didn't have a name to
Mm-hmm.
themselves and would want to do so,
Mm-hmm.
because most other companies would probably try to get established streamers.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Like they would have a criteria of having a few hundred subs at least
Mm-hmm.
and a few hundred views constantly on their streams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually not within our criteria of hiring our first batch of talents.
Mm-hmm.
We look into how talented they are more. So like even if you don't have views, even if you don't have channel on YouTube or Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you showcase your talents, we would give you a chance.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I may ask, what's the criteria? Like, if you guys don't mind me asking, what's the criteria to evaluate, like, the talent? Like, what type of talent are you looking for per se? Like, are you looking for girls only, guys only, etc.? Well, etc., etc.?
Um, we actually don't have a criteria for gender.
Mm.
However, we do have a preference for talents that are local or at least based in Southeast Asia or Asia
Oh,
in
okay.
general, because providing support for talents that are staying a few thousand km away is a bit hard,
Mm-hmm.
especially if we were to send them gears like mics, mixers, upgrades for their computer, or even providing managerial support. Like if we were to make a music cover, we would have to plan to book a recording studio near them. So it is a bit hard to provide support for talents that's living, not to say overseas, but further away.
Mm-hmm. And
But
yes.
the biggest criteria would still be that they would need to have a certain amount of energy. Like
Mm.
if you're on stream and you're showing your lethargic side, mm, I don't think we would like those kind of streams
Mm-hmm.
unless you find a way to market that. Like for example, I can give you an idea of how to market a lethargic personality.
Sure thing.
Like you can have your avatar or persona as a tired salaryman or salary woman.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all about how you market yourself.
For a brief moment, I thought you were about to say you could market yourself as a Nazi Lemak, and I would laugh.
Yeah, why not? It's actually, yeah, I think that would be the best way to phrase it. That is that we are looking for talents
Mm-hmm.
that um, know how to market themselves or know how to navigate their way around society.
Definitely. By the way, if you guys are just curious, their auditions are still open. Please double check if my.
Yes, I think the audition has like 3 days left.
So yes, if you're still up for it, there is still time. I'm actually posting the audition application, and I'm going to be pinning it for anyone who's interested in actually auditioning for Hoshizora, which I do highly endorse.
Pog.
I mean, come on, you get to work with this great guy over here. What not to love?
Yeah, I'll be your tech support. Unfortunately, I'm not Indian. So, relative to their skills, I'm not sure how I would fare.
Hey, no worries. You could break the stereotype. You could break the stereotype. Be the replacement for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's actually hear a bit more about the other staff members because thankfully we were great to have QG on here. But then if you go onto their website, there's also three others that are on the site. Now you've talked a bit about the founder Rex, but what about do you guys call the other guy CK as well, or because we also have a CK on chat?
I think the CK in chat is indeed our co-founder. I'm not
Oh no, it's
sure.
not the co-founder. That one's
Might
from
be. Oh, okay.
Dreamcatcher.
I see. I see. Okay, then in that case, I'm not sure if the co-founder is watching right now, but his name is Chinkit, and he's actually the cousin of our founder.
Oh, huh. That's
Yeah.
actually interesting.
Mm-hmm. And they have similar interests.
Hmm.
Other than that, I'm not sure how I would describe him. because he's actually quite a quiet guy.
Mm.
But other than Chinkit, we do have our local manager,
Mm-hmm.
which is a streamer himself.
Really?
Yes, he does stream on Twitch
Mm-hmm.
under I'm not sure if I'm allowed to disclose this. I don't know if he would want me to disclose this, but he streams under a persona of a baby, but using his own personality, not a baby's personality. So
Ah.
when you hop into his stream, it's a bit stupid because you see a baby avatar there, but then in reality, Z is one of the biggest guy that I've met. Like he's a giant. Not only is he tall, he's big size as well.
Wait, how tall is the guy, if I may ask?
Mm, I'm not sure about it in fits and inches, but
No, CM is fine.
I'm pretty sure he is around 188 cm.
In that case, he's not that tall. He's tall, of course, Malaysian, relative to
He's
Malaysia.
tall for an Asian, yes. For an
Yes.
Asian, he's tall.
Hmm. Well, that's crazy. Um. But yeah, that's interesting. I've actually
Mhm.
never met anyone except for UQG. Uh.
I see. Well, they are a bit busy with the auditions because
That's true.
for a small company like us, the feedback for the auditions is actually quite good.
Mm.
So we make our best effort to screen all the entries. So if you have um, put in a entry in our audition, we will definitely look through it, and we will be sending out emails to everyone, even if you are rejected. So we don't believe in ghosting.
Mm-hmm. If I may ask, if you get rejected, are you able to like ask for tips, like how you can improve? Because I do know other agencies that do that or offer that as well.
Yeah, sure. We are willing to help talents, even
Mm.
though they can't make it into the first round. They can ask for tips and come back if there is a second round.
Ah. Well, we actually got a message from our other CK over here, not the Hoshizora ones. He was asking if he could be the co-founder for Hoshizora.
Well, Hoshizora's in the channel, I believe. It's Rex running the account right now. You can get your answer from him.
Rex, would that be okay? could could CK be the co-founders? One of the co-founders. This would actually be interesting. But yeah, while we're waiting for Rex's response, let's actually hear a bit more about the anime you watched. You said that you don't really, you're not really into the ACG culture, but you have mentioned that you do watch anime, um, in the sense that you like to analyze it per se. But what was the
Um,
anime that stuck out to you the most, if I may ask?
Currently,
Mm.
the top anime that I would recommend is Mushoku Tensei. Like even though the writing is cliche,
Mm-hmm.
um, they introduce it in a way that it's fun and not annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And the world building for Mushoku Tensei is incredible.
Let's hear more about it. How's it incredible?
Mm, if you have watched the anime,
Mm.
around their intro and outro,
Mm-hmm.
they will have scenes from their world that's illustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I would compare it to Lord of the Rings, actually. Yes.
Oh ho.
Yeah, so a lot of thought has been put into creating that world.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone that has run D&D campaigns or RPG campaigns,
Mm-hmm.
world building is in fact not that easy.
Mm-hmm. So you're also a D&D fan. I see.
I play it out of interest and boredom.
Ah, okay, okay. I've only played
Yeah.
D&D once, but in that case, why your interest per se? Your personal interest.
A, my personal interest
Hmm.
would be ramen.
What type of ramen?
Any type of ramen, like you want the thick types, thick soup, tin noodles, mazi soba, like the dry types without soup, sukemen, where the soup and noodle come separated. Any type of ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've even actually made my own ramen from scratch.
Really?
Just the soup. I have not attempted the noodle yet because my noodle roller
Mm-hmm.
can't roll through the toughness of ramen dough.
Hey, no worries. Hopefully one day you'll get one of those that works. In that case,
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that I think usually only ramen, people that really love ramen knows. But have you heard of the ramen no oni? Like the
Oh yes, yes. Um, if I remember correctly,
mm,
that refers to a ramen chef in Japan
mm-hmm,
that's famed for his strictness in ramen. Like once you step into his restaurant,
mm-hmm,
if you say a word, even if it was to compliment his cooking,
mm-hmm.
he would throw you out of his restaurant.
Yes, that guy. Unfortunately, he has passed away. But if given the
Yes, so
chance,
I've
would you
heard.
want to eat at his shop?
I would. And actually, I've come across, I don't know if it was the original recipe,
Mm-hmm.
but someone did try to replicate his recipe and they have posted it on YouTube.
Yes,
I,
I know that YouTube video very well. Would you be
yeah.
trying this recipe?
Um, so far, I haven't had time to continue
Mm-hmm.
making ramen because the broth takes a very long time to cook.
Definitely, definitely.
And there are a lot of wastes. Like a single batch of broth can make about, for a small batch, can
Mm-hmm.
make about 8 to 10 bowls of noodles.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friend, we can only finish like what 6 bowls at most. So what I usually do for the leftover broth,
Mm-hmm.
since I am Chinese, right? So I would make them into xiao long bao
Oh,
or
小笼包.
dragon dumplings. Yes,
That.
yes. Because the method of making these dumplings is that you would refrigerate um, pork soup with thick thick collagen content.
Mm.
So once you refrigerate it, it will solidify into something like jelly,
Mm-hmm.
and you just wrap it into dumpling wrappers, steam them. The soup will heat up and melt,
Mm-hmm.
and there goes your soup dumpling.
Mm. That definitely is interesting. Uh, I've actually been always curious about how to make 小笼包, but well, today I found out.
Yeah.
So not only we have a tech support guy, but we have someone who knows how to cook. Well, in that case, Hoshizora, you guys lucked out with your tech support guy.
I mean, that's probably the reason why Rex wanted my help with his company. And probably because I ran a board games club in college.
A board games club?
Yeah, I ran a tabletop club in college. Like, I was the founder of a tabletop club in my college.
In that
And
case,
it grew to be one of the most active clubs.
really?
Yeah, even though now it's dying because of drama. Drama will always happen. There will always be assholes out there that's stirring up drama.
I can sadly relate to that. But in that case, today we'll be not just interviewing Hoshizora Entertainment, but we're going to be also interviewing the founder of the tabletop club for for some random university out there. So in that case, what made you decide to found the club?
Oh, it was actually a joke between me and my classmates. Like, I joked to them, was like, "Hey, do you want to start a club?" And they were so into the idea, they kept pushing me, and I sent in the proposal to our school, and it got approved. And I found myself to be the founder of Tabletop Society.
Hmm. Can I question something? And this question is not directed to you, but I think it's like a generic question and like that's actually genuine. Why does everything happen with a joke? Why does everything start with a joke? The reason why I'm saying this is because this podcast, or more so Mysterio, the concept of Mysterio, all came out from a joke, to be honest. But scarily enough became true. And similarly, we have a founder of a club that actually grew quite active, telling me that there's a club being founded. He founded a club out of a joke. This is actually a genuine question. How?
Okay. What I believe that's happening is that us as the younger generation, or as we're still exploring and navigating our way through society, we have a lot of novel or new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them would work out, some of them won't. But some of
Hmm.
these ideas, even though they sound ridiculous, would interest people so much that they will start pushing you to do it, and then you will start realizing that this thing might actually work out. Yeah.
Hmm. That is true. And we've actually got a response from Hoshizora. So, meanwhile, after CK was asking about being the co-founder for Hoshizora, Elite Foron said Pog, and then our guest over here said Hoshizora Entertainment new staff with a smiley face. Elite Foron said mods application, and of course, Selamat Hari Raya. Long time no see. And Hoshizora Entertainment responded with, a new co-founder. Interesting. Why do you want to join us? CK, your response? This is interesting. A potential new co-founder. Because you have awesome tech support and cook. QG, you have become a reason why people want to become a co-founder at Hoshizora. Congratulations.
Or would you want to hire me into your company?
Yeah, do you want to hire QG into your productions?
Let's spice this up.
Oh. This would be.
And I see
like
that Chloe is in the chat as well. So I actually know Chloe.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know if she would want me to introduce her, but she is affiliated with Hoshizora.
Only if Chloe is comfortable with it.
Yeah, Chloe, do you want me to introduce you?
Hi.
Okay, while we wait for a response, let's get into the next topic. Oh yes, Chloe. Would you want me to introduce you in this podcast?
Chloe has said that they don't mind.
Okay, she said that she don't mind. So, Chloe is actually a graphic designer or illustrator,
Oh ho.
and she would be one of the artists that would be responsible for creating our avatars for new talents.
Mm. Well, once again, Chloe, definitely looking forward to seeing the avatars, and huge respect. I have so much respect for graphic designers. You do not know. Uh, they definitely, without graphic designers or your graphic design team, a lot can it can be quite problematic. I'm saying this from experience. But yes, thank you very much. And similarly to you as well, QG with tech support. Tech support is also really important. Is there a way we could actually contact you if we need tech support help in general?
Just drop an email. It's Tiguang, my name at hz-en.com.
No,
I
this.
think I should include my email on the about page.
Oh yeah, sure, sure. Did you mind if you could actually say it, type it on chat if you want? And just okay, this is semi joking, but this is also somewhat joking because I'll be honest, a lot of VTubers do need tech support help from time to time. Even myself, I tend to sometimes lag on streams, like either lag as in bad Wi-Fi or how do I say? Sometimes my computer isn't running that smoothly because uh, say there's too much data or the storage is still quite high. That's why like there was this one time where say I was like doing another podcast, right? It didn't completely stream and it didn't completely record. So, are we actually allowed to email you if we actually had tech support help, needed tech support help?
I mean, feel free to drop me an email, but if it's a system that I am not familiar with, or it's generally just a topic that I'm not familiar with, I will try my best to research for you, but
Mm.
I won't. You won't get any guaranteed results. All I would have is just advice for you.
Honestly, in my opinion, right here, isn't Hoshizora Entertainment too perfect? I mean, we've got the best tech support guy. We've got great graphic designers, and then over here we've got Rex saying, let's turn into a restaurant with the cooking skill Hyuji has. We might actually succeed. Isn't this too perfect?
There's no such thing as perfect.
That is true.
The imperfections has just not shown up yet.
That is true. But honestly, serious, no, that is. But that aside, Hoshizora Entertainment Restaurant. I'll be looking forward to that. I'll definitely be looking forward to that.
If we do happen to open, not really a restaurant, but more like a cafe or maybe a bar.
Mm.
Next time you're in Malaysia, just drop by. We will notify you if we were to open such business.
In that case, I would definitely want to invest in that. I mean, I started off as the Kopitiam Mamax YouTuber. Not gonna lie, I was tempted to create like Kopitiam Mysterio if I ever had the chance. But first Malaysia VTuber ramen shop, let's go. Hey, look, people are actually in support for this. No, not gonna lie, I think it's actually a great idea if you guys had a ramen shop. If you guys managed to actually make it.
It is a great idea, but you still have
There's a
to
lot of niches to it. Yeah.
um yes, it's a very niche market,
Mm.
and the purchasing power in Malaysia is actually not that great.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Like the minimum wage here is messed up. Property prices are messed up. Food prices are hiked while minimum
Mm.
wage or wages remain the same. So selling these novel items in Malaysia, you would actually require quite a bit of luck. So pray to whatever god that you're praying to, or maybe even more.
Or probably
Pray to
you should.
elder gods, pray to Cthulhu.
Oh my god. Do not pray to the Cthulhu. Because you'll probably end up cooking it instead. I mean, sotong tastes delicious.
Yeah, sotong.
Sotong. But yeah, on the other side, or on the other hand, if you got like an American to run it though, the minimum wage would be slightly better though, because like where I'm at, the minimum wage is comparative to Malaysia is actually quite high. So it's
Mm.
around like conversion 60 ringgit per hour, around that much.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing. Even when your minimum wage is high,
Mm.
you still have the tipping system. Us Malaysian, we don't tip.
Thing is, with the tipping system, right, it makes everything so expensive per se. Like for a while, right, I actually had quite long hair, and the reason
Mm-hmm.
was because getting a haircut where I was at during my hiatus was actually quite expensive. You've got haircut prices that were like way over 200 ringgit because you had to tip as well.
Yeah. Tipping system makes everything I wouldn't say more expensive, but
Hmm.
it's definitely much more complicated than it needs to be.
Mm. But I will agree that if used right, the tipping system is definitely really, really great. Like, for
Yeah.
example, uh, one thing that I do hope, and this is from what I heard, I'm not necessarily that well educated on it, but from what I've heard, because restaurant workers get tipped, they're paid under minimum wage, which I hope they definitely raise into minimum wage. Because even though you're earning minimum wage, if you put it in American standards, it ain't enough. We have the power of God and anime on our side. The power of love and friendship. Hmm. Well, while I'm at
Oh,
it,
it's
or while
uh-huh.
we're at it, how about we actually do a bit of introductions? Since both uh, Rex and CK are here, and of course we got QG representing Hoshizora on the live side. Uh, oh, CK actually has a serious question. Since you mentioned about local buying power, what method or methods do you think that can improve the earning of your talents as well as the company?
Okay. In regards to this question, unfortunately, in this industry, um, there is no fixed revenues
Hmm.
unless you somehow manage to score a contract with a much bigger company. Like,
Hmm.
say, for example, um, you score a advertisement contract for brand X, and they would pay you. And even that is not fixed. That's just for a single contract. You will still have to work hard to score more contracts in the future. And in this industry, the main method of gaining revenue would be super chats
Hmm.
and merchandises.
Hmm.
And with merchandises, if you are not that well known, it
Hmm.
wouldn't sell, and you would just have a stagnant inventory. Your cash is not flowing. Everything is just stagnant.
Hmm.
So, how would I improve the earning of my talents? I would say, mm, try to try to branch out into more industries like the film industry, the music industry, all of this has a use of, uh, or should I say, could have a use of VTubing as a media.
Mm-hmm. That,
Or you can just launch your own game and hopefully that it sells.
talking about games, let's talk about our sponsors for this video. We've got Raid Shadow Legends. No, I'm not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Sorry.
Hey, get a nasi lemak stall to sponsor you.
That would actually be great though if I had a Nasi Lemak store sponsor. I would be actually gloating if I had like a Nasi Lemak store or like a kopitiam sponsor me. But the issue is, I'm over here in America. A Nasi Lemak costs like $15. I can't have like a genuine
Yeah, it is
stall
expensive.
sponsor me.
Oh, it's not just America. My friend that went to study in Australia, for a single roti kosong and ice, she paid 20 Aussie dollars for it.
Oh dang, that really sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for the wonderful insight. I agree with you, CK. Also, CK, Mysterio, sponsor me, please. Wait till I get a full-time job first. But yeah, thank you very much, Rex, for joining. But yeah, just in case Rex doesn't see this, but I might as well also introduce. Remember how like this is behind the scenes, but you know the videos that I gave you beforehand, like past interviews and like that.
Yep.
Did
Yep.
you remember the one with Project Dreamcatcher?
Yeah.
CK was actually one of the guests from the episode.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, to be honest, I'm not really that familiar with project. Not that familiar with the VTubing scene in
Yeah,
Malaysia,
no worries, no worries.
other than the big hitters like Project Kawaii, Project Hikayat, and My Holo TV.
Mm-hmm.
But even with knowledge of them, generally, I would say that the way of managing talents in Malaysia
Mm.
has a very Asian feel to it.
Do you mind explaining more like how it has like an Asian feel to it?
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. Like it's something that an Asian parent would do. It's just a gut feeling. I have no way of explaining this.
Mm.
Like there are lesser regards for the talent themselves. Like for example, a lot of Chinese parents actually has this line of thought that their children are just insurance for when they retire.
Ah,
And I believe that applies to the VTubing scene in Malaysia as well.
really?
I don't know, it's just a gut feeling.
Mm.
It's just a feeling that I get.
Mm.
And that's why I support how Hoshizora has this pro talent side.
Mm. Mm. I could talk more about this like behind the scenes with you. But this
Yeah,
will probably
sure.
be like after the podcast because I do. I'm not gonna disclose that much, but yes. But yeah.
Mhm.
Other than that, one thing that I do hope from this podcast though is that we're able to network you guys more. Hopefully, you guys will be able to meet more people through the podcast, and ideally, the goal in general is just for the guest and the audience to enjoy themselves. I wouldn't want to ask any questions that would seem like offensive or like make anyone feel uncomfortable. So, of course, if I'm doing so, please call me out for it.
Yeah, please do. We're here to provide you entertainment, not provide you with discomfort.
Though I can imagine like this, there could be like someone that does. Well, I'm not sure. But anyways, once again, Hoshizora Entertainment, or Rex in that case. Good luck in the event. Have fun. Thank you for hopping into the stream. Now, other than ramen, no, we're going to hop back into the cooking aspect. Other than ramen, what else did you enjoy to eat?
Other than ramen,
Mm,
I would say a seafood in general.
a man's got taste. What type of seafood did you like?
Yeah, I love. I definitely love sashimi. Like I
Mm,
like the taste of raw fish.
mm.
But unfortunately, the fishes in Malaysia or the fresh catch in Malaysia are mm, it's not suggested to be taken raw.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like there are parasites, and the water here is like super polluted.
And,
So I can't. Unfortunately, I can't prepare sashimi myself unless I buy frozen salmon.
but then,
But other than sashimi, I love crabs, like chili crabs.
dude, you don't know how much I miss eating the crabs in Malaysia. I still
Yeah,
remember going to eat the pepper the pepper you know the 黑胡椒 wait, can you speak Chinese first?
yeah, I can speak
Oh, then you know
Chinese.
like the 黑胡椒螃蟹.
Ah, yeah, the black pepper crab.
Yeah, that one I love the most.
Mm. Crabs here are delicious, and I actually come from. I actually live in Klang, and like my hometown is Klang,
mm,
so it's so near to Pulau Ketam that I can just go over there to eat crab anytime. Pulau Ketam translation for it literally means crab island. Even
man,
though the crabs there are so small that the only way to eat them is deep fry them whole and just pop the whole thing in your mouth.
I mean that's also good though, like unless like the last time I had like the small crabs that they deep fry them and then you just eat it as is, it was so gritty because like when you open them up there's so much sand in it. That's the one thing I hate. It just
Yeah.
ruins crab. So in the end, that one ended up in the trash because it was too gritty, too sandy. That's like such a waste, honestly. But other than that, have you ever tried king crab before?
King crab.
Uh,
No, I have tried snow crab.
mm, if by chance you ever go to Japan, right? I
I
definitely.
have been to Japan,
Mm, then in that case.
but I only went there for ramen.
Oh, so you've been to Ichiran Ramen, right?
Yes, I have been to Ichiran Ramen. I was in Japan for a week, and I spent that week traveling around Fukuoka eating ramen.
I mean, Ichiran's the best, isn't it?
Um,
For quick
yeah,
ramen, for
with
quick ramen.
for quick ramen, yes, and with their special sauce, it's just
Like the one thing I do miss, well, one of the few things I do miss from Japan is actually the Ichiran ramen because like how quick it is and how simple it is to just like you just need to pay some money at a register. Well, not register, but like what was it? It was similar to a vending machine, and then they give you a ticket. All you need to do is put it over there, say what type of ramen noodles you like, how spicy it is, etc., etc.
yeah, and actually, the vending machine for the what do you call it ramen tickets
Mm.
is actually not just Ichiran. Like I have been to a few street ramen stalls,
Mm.
and they actually also had the vending machine just for you to order the tickets.
'Cause- 'cause 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 And CK over here says, "Oh dang, Kyushu ramen."
Yes, I love Kyushu ramen. Like I love the thinner noodles and with the texture being a bit chewy or harder than Kaido ramen.
Mm. In that case, if you ever come to where I live, etc., etc., I don't mind showing you around the ramen spots. There are actually quite a bit of ramen restaurants, like near my uni, etc., etc.
I see. Where do you live, by the way?
This one I'll just type out. Uh, in order not to dox myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I live.
I see. I see.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any relatives that's near you.
Do you have relatives in the U.S. by chance?
I have a lot of relatives in the US.
If I may ask, which part?
They are generally on the East Coast.
Wait, in that case, I may be able to speak a bit from the East Coast perspective because, uh, okay, I don't mind divulging this info. I was on the East Coast for a bit, but yes, uh, that's where I actually ended up going to like a matsuri and like that. But in that case, do you have any relatives from this area?
Um, Nearby, yes.
Nearby? In that case, if you ever get the chance, you should ask them to bring you to a place called Jinya Ramen. I would recommend that for them to bring you to a place called Jinya Ramen. Also, there's also this one great Japanese market around the area that actually
Mhm.
sells sashimi, like fresh fish that you could be prepped for sashimi.
I see. But traveling to the US, I don't think it will happen so soon.
That's true. I mean, it's the same reason why I'm not going to Malaysia anytime soon.
Yeah. Even though my relatives are coming back soon.
Really,
Yeah.
lucky them. I
I
still
mean,
miss.
somehow I don't know how they can afford to spend this much, but I have she is my extended aunt, I think. Yeah, extended aunt, and she has been back to Malaysia 3 times for the past 5 months.
Mm, I mean, to put it in perspective, though, right? A cost to Malaysia it can range. Well, in Malaysian ringgit, is a couple thousand, correct?
Yeah.
Um, in America, since we do earn more, but then yet we do have to pay more. Uh, a couple thousand is difficult to earn, but not as difficult as it would be in Malaysia.
Yeah, definitely.
So that could be the
And
potential reason.
with the exchange rate being this messed up recently, man.
Hmm. That's the sad thing when it comes to Malaysians, but for people living in America, it's the reason why we're called rich, even though we're poor. We're Malaysians. I still remember so many times people are like to me, oh my gosh, uh, you're spending like 60 ringgit for one meal. You're rich or like that, but I'm like, no, it's because that's like the cheapest thing we could find here. Boy, do I miss Malaysian foods like where you could go to like a Lulu and then just like pay like 80 cent per skewer.
80 cents per steak,
Yes,
upwards of 5 ringgit a steak, but that's premium meat or something like that.
but I do miss it though. It's like try fugu.
I would try fugu. I mean, YOLO, right?
That and you, well, you have to have a cert in order to prepare fugu.
Yeah.
You need to. It's like basically like you have to go to law school in order to become a lawyer. You need to have a medical cert, or like you need to have an MD, well, in US, in order to become a doctor. So you have to be well trained
Yeah.
already. You can't just like, oh, I'm going to prepare fugu, YOLO, and then just randomly cut and serve.
Bro, why would you cut fugu? Just eat it whole.
For some reason,
I
I can
mean,
imagine you just like taking like a boiled fugu and just like picking it off the fish.
okay, the toxin that fugu fish has,
Mm,
tetrodotoxin, I believe it's called.
yes, it is.
It's actually not that lethal. It's a paralyzer. So how it kills you is that it paralyzes you and you wouldn't be able to breathe.
Mm.
So as long as you secure your airway and you can breathe, even though you're paralyzed, like even your lungs can't move, I believe you will survive eating fugu.
I mean, I think you might have to get like a breathing machine to stabilize.
Yeah,
Wait, in that case, it will probably be something similar to like the iron lungs, because like if I remember correctly, polio also.
now the toxin will pass, so it's not permanent.
Ah, survival tips with Hoshizora. So not only we've got like a tech support guy, we've got like a scientist, medical support, cooking support. What other talents do you
Life
have?
support.
Life support. QG, you're one interesting guy. I'm really glad that we got the chance to interview you.
I mean, I would say that I am wait, I forgot the word for it.
Jack of all trades?
Yes, jack of all trades,
No worries.
master of none.
I
And the emphasis is on master of none.
QG will get along. We'll get along well. I'm also similar to that. I enjoy like one thing that I learned after like finishing up my degree is how much I feel like a jack of all trades rather than like a master of something. No, I felt like I'm just a master of none. I'll stay being a jack of all trades.
Yeah. So what else I can do? I mean, like Asian, right? I play the piano.
Oh,
Asian talents, no, forced forced by the parents.
uh, oh my god. This is when I actually somewhat because I also did learn the piano, though that was like by choice, but I also left, so I can't really play the piano anymore. But what is your favorite piece to play on the piano, if I may ask? If you do enjoy playing it.
Um, I used to love playing trombone a lot,
Hmm.
and later on it was uh I forgot what it's called. Oh, Liebestrong.
Hmm.
I don't know how you would pronounce it in German, but something like that.
I am not German, so I cannot pronounce it. Nor do I speak German. But yeah, one interesting thing though I would say about like music in general, though, is like how much classical music has impacted or influenced like modern day soundtracks. Like I'm not sure if you watched it, but have you watched like the latest Batman?
No.
One
I
thing,
wanted to, but
mm,
unfortunately, I couldn't find the time for it.
no worries. But if you ever get the chance to Google the theme, it is actually quite similar to the funeral march.
Oh, okay.
Mm, that's one
That's
thing.
interesting.
Mm, because I
And
still
if I remember correctly, the Jaws theme is also inspired by a classical piece.
really
Yeah.
that I got to search up. The one thing I will say is like after a while you could actually see like there is a stylistic. Well, I think this is a bit common sense for some, but then for me it's just like something I discovered recently. There's a bit of stylistic, uh, well, there's a bit of style that you can feel when you're listening to like a certain composer.
Yes.
The
I
reason,
love Tchaikovsky.
oh, Tchaikovsky. If I remember correctly, let me search before I end up making a mistake. Uh,
What are my favorite songs? Mm, I would say my favorite artist would be Demon Dice.
Demon, I see.
If you know who she is, Demon Dice. And her song, the song that I vibe with the most from her playlist or album would be Dice of a Generation.
Mm. I've never listened to it, but knowing their rap style definitely will be interesting. Now, if I may ask more deeply, what makes it stand out from other songs from Demon Dice to you?
Mm, it's just super relatable to everyone, I would say.
Hmm. In that case, I'll definitely check
Like,
it.
usually, um, these tracks have a particular topic that they are dissing on, I would say. And Dice of a Generation
Hmm.
is highlighting the problems of current society.
Huh. Now, if I may ask, this is more a general question. Among the rapping scene or the rap scene,
Mhm.
what makes Demon Dice stand out more than other rappers, such as like Eminem, per se?
I just love the mix of Japanese and English.
Mm.
And to be honest, Eminem's rap, even though he's so good at rapping, he raps so fast that you will have to read up on the lyrics to make sense of what he just rapped.
Mm. Mm. In that case, if we were talking about like a mix of Japanese and English, have you ever? Okay, in that case, do you know the YouTube channel Kombini Confessions by chance?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Hmm. Have you listened to any of his rap songs by chance, or?
No, actually. Let's see. Conbini Confessions.
Because like for a while I was listening to the guy's song. I think it was Chi Hai. Yes, named after the alcohol.
I see. I'll check it out later when
Hmm.
I have time.
But yeah, definitely we've talked quite a bit regarding not only your talents, but also about Hoshizora and
Mhm.
others. Is there anything you would like to ask, per se, or is there anything else that you want to discuss because this is really interesting, and I would definitely like to get to know you more, and definitely get to learn more about Hoshizora as well.
Well, there aren't any questions that I would ask now,
Hmm.
because if I have a question, I would find the correct party to ask to get it answered to.
Hmm.
But if any of you have questions for me or private questions and want to be in contact with me, I'll put my Discord in the chat.
Sure. Sure. Go for it. And I will also pin it. But yeah, as there is actually something I would like to discuss more with Gyuji about, like, after the scenes, like behind the scenes. In that case, I might actually end the podcast here, because I would also like to discuss with you, Gyuji, about, like, more about the Malaysian industry per se, or management,
I see. Okay.
because I think it's interesting getting to hear more about this, and of course, uh, well, hmm, I don't want to announce it here because it hasn't really fully developed, but I believe that I would like to start something soon in regards to another project. For those who know, you guys probably will know. But yes, that's all I'll be living up to for today.
Okay.
uh, QG, do you have? Wait, let me. Do you want me to actually post the? Let me just post your Discord name and ID, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Wait, do you mind giving me your Discord ID, because I'm in streamer mode. So okay, thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
And of course, just so you guys know, his Discord name is the complete opposite of what he actually is. From my point of view, it is in the limited time that
Um, it's what I would strive to be.
of course, that's the best thing what we should be striving to be.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like returning to monkey.
I mean, come on, we all strive to return to Monkey. But yes, without further ado, once again, thank you very much, QG, for joining us in this
Hey,
interview.
no problem. It's my pleasure to be on your podcast.
It's also my pleasure to be interviewing, and it's a huge honor, in fact, to interview you and Hoshizora Entertainment as well. So once again, thank you very much, everyone, for joining in, and let's hope for another podcast as well. And let's actually wait and see for Hoshizora Entertainment's talents. Yes, why was I blanking on talents? But yes, talents. In that case, I'll be ending the stream, and let me just put on the BGM. How about this? Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.